which you conquered and you shared with us is how you could quit your full-time management IT job and go into full-time writing, because in India we know the सबसे बड़ा रोग is क्या कहेंगे लोग, and वो चार लोग कभी दिखते नहीं actually when we meet them, right? That's the whole problem. So I think you conquered a social stigma, and I think it's thanks to your full-time passion getting converted into profession that you've been able to be so productive. So if you can share with us a little bit about your first book, because anything first is always special, we know that, right? And I don't want to list down the first things that are special, all of you know. So anything first is always special. So the 2011, your first book, if you can take us through your journey on how you ideated, how did you write, who was your inspiration behind the book, who were the different people who contributed to your thought process? Was it always to be written as a book, or you started writing and you thought that, hey, there is a potential of this getting converted into a book? If you can take us through that journey.
I think I've already mentioned at many platforms about the journey, but then still for those who don't know about it, it all started in somewhere around in 2008 or 2009 when I started writing my first book. And though I was not that serious at that time, I was hardly like 18, 19 or 20 years of age at that time, and I was not that serious. I never thought that I'll be a full-time writer or something. But then I started writing at that time. I started penning down my college experiences at that time, because at that time I was forced to be in engineering. How many of you are in engineering over here? Quite a few, so I can understand your pain very well. So that is the kind of torture that I went through the entire engineering. I'm not saying that engineering is bad, but then for me it was something which was very torturous, to be very frank, because I always say this thing that when you are in your first year of engineering, you are very happy that wow, I got admission in engineering, and you are like praising all around that yeah, मुझे engineering में admission मिला and everything. Till second year you realize that every third person is doing engineering and there is nothing great in it. So somewhere you silence yourself. Till third year you are so frustrated that you don't want to do engineering any further. Until fourth year you are resting in peace. So that is how it goes. So the same thing happened with me also at that time, and but then writing was something which helped me to come out of my depression, to come out of my frustration at that time, and that is how my journey of writing started actually. And in 2008, 2009, somewhere in 2009, I sent my manuscript to the publishers, and no one was actually ready to publish it, because in India, to get a genuine publisher to publish your script is quite difficult. Especially when you are a newcomer and you don't have any contacts, you don't have any agents for that case. And I never wanted to go through any agents, because I somewhere felt that it's my hard work and I should not pay for it. Whenever I'm getting published, I should not pay for my own hard work. It's my hard work, I should get paid for my hard work, and it shouldn't be the other way around. And that is why it took a lot of time. No one was ready to publish it. At the end, I decided that I'll publish it locally in Mumbai itself. I'll search some printing press and I'll publish like 300, 400 copies and I'll distribute it in Mumbai. But then luckily at that time, one publisher got in touch with me and he showed some interest that yeah, we are going to publish your book. And I signed the contract. Everything happened in 2009, somewhere into early 2010. But then after that, I never got a response from that publisher, and it took almost a year or so for him to respond. And then at that time he told me that this is your book, few things left unsaid. He showed me the cover of the book, and the book was already on pre-order on Flipkart. And till that time, I've shared the story many times. Until that time, my parents had no clue at all that I've written a book, and moreover, it was written about my own experiences in my college days. And I had a couple of years drop in engineering. So now when they'll read the book, I knew that they'll understand कि मुझे drop क्यों लगा था और क्या हुआ था. तो वो सारी चीजें, so it was very difficult for me to explain them that how exactly it happened and what was going through my mind at that time. And at that time I was in my final year of engineering. So it was again very difficult that now that you have completed, you have sort of passed that entire bad phase of 3-4 years. Now you are into your final year of engineering, and now you'll say to your parents that I know I don't want to do engineering, I want to publish a book. They'll kick you out of your house for sure. So, but then still at that time, I decided no, I'll tell my parents. And when I told them, again, it was a typical Indian parent reaction. ये सब चलते रहता है, पढ़ाई कर ले थोड़ी, उसी से कुछ भला होगा, इससे कुछ होने वाला है नहीं, and all those kind of stuff. But then, as I said, initially it is very difficult to convince your surrounding that what exactly writing is, and because they are quite afraid, because it's not a conventional field where you will get salary every month. It's not something like that. And but then, as I said, that if it's your passion, then you will go through the bad phase, go through the entire difficult phase, but then you'll surpass that phase. And though, as you said, that I have conquered it, but then to be really frank, I'll say that I'm still going through that phase. It's somewhere my parents still thinking, kabhi na kabhi ye phil jaake job kar lega kahin na kahin. So they still feel the same thing. But then they're quite happy, whatever I'm doing, they're quite happy with it. The difficult part over here is for them, कि वो जब किसी को बताते हैं कि हमारा लड़का कर क्या रहा है, तो इट इज़ वेरी डिफिकल्ट फॉर देम टू एक्सप्लेन कि राइटिंग कर रहा है वो सब ठीक है, लेकिन इसके अलावा क्या है लाइफ में. तो मुझे कई बार ऐसे क्वेश्चंस भी आते हैं, मतलब 24 घंटे सिर्फ लिखते रहते हैं, उसके अलावा कुछ नहीं करते करके. तो मतलब these are the kind of questions. And imagine when I got married in November last year, at that time when I was at the stage and people were still asking me the same questions. And it was so difficult. मैंने बोला मैं कुछ नहीं करता, बस मैंने सिर्फ आपकी लड़की से शादी की है और कुछ नहीं करता मैं लाइफ में. अब जो खाना है उठा लो. So it's so difficult that eventually you give up and you realize that no, it's something that you don't need to explain. It is something that you live, and if you know what you are doing, then it's completely okay.
So now you have two sets of parents to convince. कि ये करता क्या है आपके, right? So I think I am happy I asked this question, because even though you have shared the journey in various platforms, I think there are 2 to 3 key takeaways which the audience and I will remember lifelong, in the sense that you don't need to explain to people what your passion is, but you need to work towards your passion so that your passion will someday become your profession and people will start recognizing you. The second key learning that you should take as a key takeaway is that life will throw whatever it has to throw at you. It is up to you how you come out of it. And your life through engineering. So I can relate to this because 80% of students in my car are engineers. कि engineering मम्मी पापा के लिए किया था, ये मुझे अपने लिए करना है. So by the 4th year, as I said, the degree is RIP, rest in peace. And then you put your engineering to rest in peace by joining extremely difficult and different career options. So we may be depressed, but how to come out of the depression, the key lies within. So I'm very happy you touched upon these topics. Now I want to ask a very, very important question, especially because I have the millennial generation here in front of me. So in the age of social media, especially Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and the likes, Pinterest, everybody starts thinking they are an expert after doing 1 or 2 things right. So if you have like 100 likes on your Facebook post, you think, oh, I know social media, right? Or if you put on Instagram, Tadka Maggie, then the hashtag will be Maggie Chef. And some people also dare and tag, Sanjeev Kapoor. कि मैं भी chef, आप chef हो तो मैं भी chef. So the question that I'm coming towards is that more and more youngsters have started practicing something what we call tokenism. So एक blog लिख लिया तो मैं भी writer, right? तड़का मैगी बना लिया तो मैं भी chef. हाँ, एक DSLR से ऐसे उल्टा फुल्टा ऐसे सनराइज सनसेट का पिक्चर ले लिया, मैं भी फोटोग्राफर. हाँ, अभी कल को मैं वेडिंग फोटोग्राफर बनूंगा. So I wanted to tell them that writing is not so easy, and why it is not so easy, of course we'll hear it from you. So what does it takes to be a very good writer? Because you a while back said that you read a lot. So is reading important? Is learning important? Is observing life in general important? How do you document your observations that you carry with you from different life situations? So if you can tell us.
Of course, writing is not that easy, for sure. But then, if you love it, then it's not that difficult also. But you need to be very focused on the subject that you are writing, be it fiction, be it non-fiction, be it thriller, whatever it is. But then you need to be confident about the subject that you are writing. And you shouldn't worry about what others are thinking and what others might comment on your script or what others might comment on your poem or one-liners or whatever it is. social media world. Yeah, but then still, I somewhere feel we are still afraid to open up and to open up on relevant topics for that case. Because there are many issues that are happening these days in universities, and that is what my new book talks about. Our story needs no filter. For those who have read the book already, might relate to what I am talking about. But then it talks about some relevant topics that need to be discussed, and somewhere I feel social media is going haywire in things that though we are discussing, we are commenting, we are doing all these things, but then still we are not using it in a right way. And social media, if you want to be a writer, social media can be the biggest tool for you. Facebook, probably there cannot be a bigger platform than Facebook, there cannot be a bigger platform than Instagram for that matter. But then you need to use it very wisely, and at the same time you need to be very cautious about whatever you are putting up on the social media. Somewhere, as I said, that yes, writing is not that easy. Whenever I write, at that time, touch wood, I have not faced any writer's block till date. The reason is because I am quite confident about whatever I am writing, and I am well prepared about the subject that I want to write. And I know what I want to convey through a particular book that I want to write. If I have to talk about All Rights Reserved for You, I was very focused that yes, I want to convey that long distance relationship also works, because it worked with me. So you need to be that passionate about your relationship, then it will work fine. And even with this book, Our Story Needs No Filter, I was very focused with the message that I wanted to convey. And why I was stressing that we still fear to open up is because this book is quite different than whatever I have written in my previous books. Though it still has a backdrop of romance, it still has a backdrop of friendship and all the lovey-dovey moments that we see in a particular romance book, but then still it touches a subject which people are still afraid to speak about, and it talks about all the anti-national activities that happen these days in the universities and how students are manipulated and forced to get into a particular act. They might not like it, but then still they are manipulated in a way that they start believing in those things. Like if I have to tell you one example, that the book, though it has all the fictional elements, the book is based in a university in Delhi, but then still the book altogether had a new logical reasoning after the release when the Rohit Vemula case opened up. And though the book talks about Dalits, the book talks about different issues that we face in the today's generation, at the end of the day I wanted to showcase that yes, in the attempt we are so much desperate in representing a particular caste these days that we forget that we are humans first. And the entire issue when it opened up that he was not even a Dalit, the entire fallout was JNU at that time that happened. And so how fabricated these stories are, and how in a fabricated way the media showcases these stories to us, and we start believing in them without even analyzing what is true and without even analyzing what is wrong. We believe in those things. And if I was afraid about talking about these things, if I was afraid about touching about these topics, then I wouldn't have written this book probably. But then somewhere I felt that yes, it can be a great story, it can be a contemporary thing also at the same time, where through a contemporary story of friendship, I can highlight all these things. If somewhere in my mind I had a fear that no, people will like it, people won't like it, people will comment in favor of it, people will comment against it, and all those things, then I wouldn't have made an attempt to write this book. So you shouldn't be afraid. If you're confident about whatever you are writing, if you're confident in the views that you're writing, you shouldn't be afraid of penning it down. At the end of the day, they are your views. As an intellectual, you have an opinion and you're free to put forth your opinion, and nobody is going to stop you from that. But then you should have a logical reasoning behind that. You should be quite sure about what you want to portray through a particular character. Like in this book also, if there is an antagonist, there is a protagonist, then I was quite sure that I want to portray this character as a grey character. He cannot be as a black character. He cannot have some shades of white. He cannot have some shades of grey. I know that this character will behave like this in a particular situation. So all these homeworks are done prior to I start writing. And that is why when I start writing, I know this will be the first word of my book and this will be the last word of my book. And of course, reading is important, quite true. But then at the same time, you need to write. The more you write, then only you will understand where you are going wrong. Just by reading, you cannot be a good writer. Because I have always said this thing कि अगर सिर्फ पढ़ने से you can be a good writer, तो मैं पिछले 20 साल से क्रिकेट खेल रहा हूँ, मैं अब तक सचिन तेंदुलकर बन चुका होगा. But then that is not going to be true. You need to hold the bat, you need to play, and at the same time you need to hold the pen and you need to write. Then only it's going to happen.
So this was very interesting because you said you think about the whole character, the plot, then the different characters and what role they will lead. So I am seeing all your book titles of books that you have published till now, and the titles are very, very interesting. So like the chicken and the egg scenario, kaun pehle aaya? So you write the story first, and then based on the story you think of the title, you ideate with people. Like if you can tell us a little bit on that, how does the title come up in your mind?
So it takes a lot of effort, to be very frank. It takes a lot of effort to decide a title. And because though the title has to be trendy, but then at the same time it should sum up the story and it should connect with the story. So it's very difficult. As I said, if it takes me around like 40-45 days to write a novel, then at the back of the mind it takes me around like 50 to 55 days to decide a title. And we decide like around 12-15 titles, and then we shortlist, we then delete the other ones and we focus on like 2 or 3 titles, and then we decide finally on that particular title which will suit the story also, and at the same time will be in trend also at the same time. So it's quite difficult, of course, but then it's a deliberate attempt, you can say that. Yes, the social media plays a big role in our lives, and even with this book, I think I have already used all the terms that goes on the social media. I have used password, I have used trending, I have used swipe, I have used friend request and everything probably for that case. So I need someone to come up with some new apps so that I can use that in my future books. So because I'm running short of apps now. But then with this book, of course, these days stories are trending everywhere. And I don't know from where you people get so much of stories, to be very frank. Because मुझे कभी-कभी ये लगता है कि हम बाहर stories ढूंढने के लिए जाते हैं या बाहर गए हैं इसीलिए story डालते हैं. It's quite difficult these days to analyze, because even when I go out with Jasmine, my wife, at the same time if we order something, before even I eat, there has to be a photograph on Instagram. उसके बिना उसको touch मत करो, पहले photograph ले लो, then only you have to touch it. Even if I am hungry, even if I am like dying of hunger, but then still, नहीं पहले photograph आनी चाहिए, then only you have to eat it. So it goes on like that, and now it's like Snapchat stories weren't enough. We have Instagram stories, then we started with Facebook stories, then now even WhatsApp stories. I don't know from where to bring so many stories. So it's quite difficult, but then that is why I decided that I'll go with this title, that our story needs no filter, because there's so many filters these days that we hide behind those filters. In the search of yourself, we somewhere hide. I don't know, means like, when was the last time someone had really uploaded the real photograph of theirs without using any filters and without using अब तो पता नहीं कुत्ता बिल्ली क्या क्या आते रहते हैं, and you start uploading those things, and I mean I don't know if I have crossed that age, I don't know, but then somewhere I feel a little silly about doing these things. But then yes, if you have such kind of vibe, then you have to go through that also. So I still go through that, and sometimes it's fun, and I don't disagree with it. But then that is why I decided I'll go with this title, Our Story Needs No Filter. And it sums up the entire story, because as I said, that the book talks about the wrong happenings in the university. So the main protagonist of the book is manipulated, the main protagonist of the book is brainwashed for the wrong ideologies, and how his friends bring him back on the right track, and how the wrong ideologies then are pushed out of his life. The book talks about these things, so the wrong filters go out of his life, and now the story needs no filter. The book sums up the title sums up the entire story of the book, and that is why we decided with this title. And but then even for the last book I had not used any social media. All rights reserved for you. But then even for that one, if I had to tell, the first title that we had decided with was I Tagged Her and I Bagged Her, was the real title of All Rights Reserved for You. But then later on I decided no, I'll not go with this title, because it will look like it's a teenage love story. Though it was not a teenage love story, it was kind of a matured love story, and that is why I decided that I'll not go with this title. Though it would have still summed up the story, because we went through social media and our story started through that and all those things. but then still I went ahead with All Rights Reserved for You because at the end of the day it should suit the story also.
So that was very, very interesting. And you made a statement whether you are of that age because some things you don't like, the Kutta Billy snap filters and all. But I think you are like just in time because all your titles have a very, very strong inclination towards what is like hot property in social media, whether it is the password, whether it is the swipe right, friend request, story, filter. I think it's bang on. So you're bang on that. So I think we need a round of applause for that. And he comes with some of the best titles which directly connect. So related question was that suppose if you come up with like 2-3 titles which are so bang on, all three are self-explanatory in the sense they tell your gist of your story to your readers because they should know from the cover page whether they should at least be able to guess some part of the story, right? So do you use any fan base movements in the sense you put 3 options, ask them to vote? Have you used social media in this sense?
No, I've not tried that because I'm quite sure that people will have different opinions and I'll never get the choice that I really want at the end of the day. So I've never really tried that, but then yes, I've came across such situations where we had decided 2-3 titles at the same time and all were like bang on. So it was very difficult. But then at the same time, you need to have that confidence that this goes along with the story. And I decide that, but then still if I'm confused, I decide what Jasmine feels that, yeah, if she feels that, yeah, okay, my wife feels that this title is right, then I go ahead with it blindly. Because you really can't challenge the gut feeling of girls. And that is why I just go ahead with it that, okay, if you feel this is right, then go ahead with it. I don't mind because as a writer, I'll somewhere never be satisfied because even today when I read few things left unsaid, when I started with a friend request, though there are almost everyone have loved these books, but then still I somewhere feel I could have still done better if when I read those books again, I feel that no, this could have been better, this could have been better. And it will go on and on. It's a continuous process. You'll never stick to one point for sure, and you need to somewhere let it go. And that is why there are many incidents also in the book where it is very difficult to edit. You need to sum up the entire book in like 55 to 60,000 words. And the first draft is around 70 to 75,000. To cut short 15-20,000 is a very big task. I cannot edit even one single line from my own book because that is something which came from my heart. That is something which was during the process of writing. So it's the editor's work and probably I shouldn't get involved in all those things. Otherwise it will be very difficult to just focus on one particular thing.
Okay, one last question before we go and release the book for which the audience is waiting, I know that. But because you are saying you are a writer now by profession, so this is a passion and profession which has perfectly matched for you. And you also said that writing, taking it up full time, it's not so popular, especially in our country. That's how there is a lot of backlash, there's a lot of opposition. So I'm sure it must be very difficult, like 9 to 5 job hai, so you get ready at 8:30, you are off to your job, you come back at 6. So they're dedicated 8 hours in your day for the job that you're doing. So what is your own self-discipline mantra that you follow? Like some days you write, you just lock yourself off, you go to a library, you sit, you are alone, you don't talk till your work is over. Because at the end of the day, this is labor of love, right? As you said, labor of love can never be perfect. That's why he still thinks he wants to go back to the first book and write something a little extra, a little better way. So what is your self-discipline mantra, if you can share with us?
I think the number of books that I've written comes at all, and I don't need to say it any further. But then still, whenever I write, at the same time, I make it a point that I don't take many events. I decide that yes, even now at the back of my mind, I'm deciding that yeah, this will be the next story. These will be the characters, and when the entire homework is done, when my plot is ready, when my incidents are ready, at that time when I will actually start writing, at that time I don't take many events because I believe writing in one flow, because otherwise somewhere I feel to come back on the same track is very difficult. where you had left it before. And once the flow breaks, it is quite difficult to again gain the same pace. And as I said, that I have taken writing full time. So there are many new writers who ask me the same question, that how can you complete a book in like in 40-45 days? It takes us around like 8 months, 9 months. It took me around a couple of years, and I've still not completed my book and all those things. But then, as I said, that I've taken writing full time. I also mentioned that a book has around 50,000 words. And 50,000 words around 45 to 50 days, that takes to around like 1,000 words per day. And being a full-time writer, if I am not writing even 1,000 words per day, then I shouldn't be a full-time writer. I should do work somewhere, because I'm wasting my time there. And that is why you need to be very focused, though it's not a full-time job, though it's not something which is forced. But then when you have a plot ready, when you have a story ready with you, you shouldn't waste it, and you should just go ahead and write whatever you feel like. And as I said, that once your incidents are ready, once the entire flow is ready, the graph of the character is ready, then it becomes very easy to cut down on the incidents. It becomes very easy to decide on the flow of the story. You don't need to write the first draft, you don't need to write the second draft, and it goes on and on. You don't need to do that thing. I generally prefer to write only one single draft and I submit the book to the editors. The rest is the editor's job. Because as I said, that I'll never be satisfied. So I'll make it a point that I'll just write one draft and I'll submit it. Because I know whatever I've written, I'm quite confident about it. And what message I want to convey, I have already portrayed it through the entire manuscript. So my work is done in that thing.
But do you agree that discipline is very important, and self-imposed discipline? Because today's age, other than writers, there are so many entrepreneurs, stay-at-home startup people who work from home. They don't have those fancy offices, but then they just dress up at 10 o'clock as if they are going to office. They close the door as if they are in the office. They don't answer doorbells. I have a few students who do that. So I think converting passion into profession is not so easy. It takes a lot of effort, and that's the point I was trying to make. And we had his experience pile on it to take that as a key learning. So I think now is the time to launch your new book. And for that, I invite the co-founder of Ahmedabad Book Club, our darling, gorgeous Miss Khurshid Raoji, whom we fondly call Khurshid Auntie, but of course she is Miss Khurshid Raoji, the most gorgeous woman here. We call our senior team member Karan Bhai on stage. We invite senior team member Ilakshi Ben on stage to launch the book. Keep your Instagram stories, please, ready.
लक्ष्मी का नाम है
Yeah. So as you can see, it's a brilliant cover page. The cover design is brilliant. The title reads as Our Story Needs No Filter. Published by Penguin Publisher. Of course, written by the best-selling author, Sudeep Nagarkar. And Ahmedabad Book Club has the privilege to be a contributor, party to this success in the form of we got a platform to launch this. So we are very happy once again, let me tell you. And now, of course, it is Sudeep's time and your time. So I pass on the mic to Sudeep so that he can tell you a little bit more about this book. Of course, you have to read it, right? But he'll talk about this book a little bit. Over to you.
So how many of you have read the book already? Okay, there are a few who have already read it. For those who have not read it, I think the book is available, so they can buy it for sure. And as I said, the book is quite different than what I have written previously. Though it talks about friendship, it talks about a love story and everything, but then it focuses on the untold stories of the universities across India. The main protagonist of the book is, as I said, he's being manipulated. There are a set of friends who take admission in one of the most reputed college in Delhi, and they take admission to learn something new, to understand something about their life. But then eventually they get trapped in the campus politics and how the wrong ideologies are enforced on them, and how their life, how their equation with their friends changes, how their relationship changes after that particular incident. So the book talks about all these things, because somewhere, as I said, that I felt a need to tell about this story, because knowledge hubs these days are getting converted into the dens of separatism, and that shouldn't happen. At the end of the day, it is quite important to understand that yes, the communists are spreading hatred because they are dividing us on the basis of religion and caste. But then as an individual, you need to be focused. As an individual, you need to understand that you are above all these things, and you should believe in humanity first. And at the end of the day, you are humans first. You just cannot get divided on the basis of all these things. But then as the society is, till I was in my 12th standard, till my higher education, at that time people used to know me Sudeep Nagarkar 85%, 86%. But then as soon as I took admission in the Mumbai University, I was no more 85 or 86%. I was Sudeep Nagarkar, a Brahmin. And that is how the identity changed altogether. And that shouldn't happen. Somewhere you need to understand all these things. That you are friends first, and doesn't matter he or she is from any caste. It is important that you share a bonding, and you share that kind of emotional bonding, that you should help each other, you should be there for each other. The book talks about such kind of friendship at the end of the day. And somewhere I wanted to highlight these things through the contemporary issue that is going on in the university. That it's not only about the Delhi University, it's happening across India, be it IIT Madras, be it Jadavpur University, be it any other university, reputed university for that case. And the likes of many professors are also the major culprits behind these. And this thing should be stopped somewhere, and we should be united to stop all these activities. And somewhere we need to analyze who are the right people and who are the wrong people at the end of the day. Just believe in the media stories. We shouldn't just believe in the Facebook stories that goes on and on. Somewhere you need to apply brakes and understand that yes, this is the right part of the story, and I wanted to highlight that side of the story through a tale of friendship and romance, where these friends stay together till the end, and how the main protagonist is brought back on the right track. So it's a journey of him, it's a journey of Raghu and his friends, and how together they conquer all these ill activities, and how they emerge victorious at the end of the day. So the book talks about these things, and as I said, that it is a love story, but then always I have made it a point that books should focus on some relevant message, and along with romance, I have always made it a point that the book should highlight a message that people will read and understand and implement in their lives. So even this book, I'm quite sure, and I hope that you people like this book and love this book. Thank you so much once again for being here. And as I said, Ahmedabad is always very close to my heart. So thank you so much, and thank you so much Ahmedabad Book Club also for making this happen. And your people are seriously a part of my family, and I owe my success to all these people. And though I still feel that yes, even in the future, if it means like I write more books, but then still the books will highlight such issues. At the same time, it will have a love story in it, because it is quite important these days to understand that yes, this is what I want from my life, this is what I need from my life, along with the social media happenings that are going on around us. And somewhere you need to apply these breaks. Thank you so much once again, and I really hope that you people love Our Story Needs No Filter. If you have any questions, you can raise your hand and you can ask, no problem.